Good afternoon, good evening. It's TraderTV.live. We're back for the final hour of the session. It's been a wild one. Obviously, you're tuning along at 9 o'clock this morning. Crazy movement in the market. We are back down, towards those lows after a bit of a tiny little run to the upside there. But 8,000 just got retaken to the upside. We bounced on the NQ off of 79.40. Crazy action so far, Sean. To say the least, hopefully we'll get a close just as good as the opening session was.
And I think it'll be even better. We'll see here, like Neil said, if we can hold this bottom ES down now a whopping 7%. It was down as bad as 8% on the Dow, but right now 29.31 down here. That's going to come into play. We're just going to wait to see, 27.31. If it breaks the bottom, then watch out below. But until then, you're kind of forming a decent base. Obviously, we have to get above. I always like to look at round numbers, 27.75. So we'll see if we can overtake that, and then the run to 2,800 will be on. But I have no idea. We'll just wait to see here what the market. I'm long Apple right now, and we just took out 70 or 80 cents, but the way it's moving, we're gonna have to wait for a little bit more. I see Valeria on the chat. Hit her up if you do. We're monitoring the chat, and you want to see more Valeria, put it on there. We'll ask some questions.
I love it, Dax. Watch from home. Hit that like or subscribe. Definitely make sure you tune in every single day at 9. As always, we're gonna have Brendan over there with any breaking news that does happen. So it should be interesting there. It is what it is. I think there's a lot of things to go into the close. I don't necessarily want to force trades. I think you want to pick those spots if you can't get the right ones there. So, Phil, when it comes to specifics, I'm going to stay away from counter trending going into the afternoon. I think there's certain spots that you're going to want to do, and maybe we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I know we're going to go right over to our chat maestra, Valeria.
That's Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome back. Don't be shy, ask us questions, leave us comment. Please, let's be friends, let's communicate. I'm always leading the live chat. Also, subscribe for our channel, hit the subscribe button right under this video. And put us likes, hit the thumbs up. We would really enjoy that. Back to you guys.
Yeah, we enjoy the thumbs up. That is for sure. So I just went short the Qs here, waiting to see if we do break. We tried that 27.70. We'll wait till it gets back up there. But until then, we will short the Qs right now in the money 20 pennies. Mr. Brendan, what's up?
Hey guys, one of the names we were looking at this morning, one of the virus stocks, COCP on the NASDAQ, just halted here. Big move down from 2 down to 155. So volatility halt. Still up about 34% on the day. But Crystal. That was a new one for today, throwing their hat in the ring as far as a vaccine for COVID-19, guys.
Yeah, everyone's got a vaccine, right? Just the details on
You've
that.
Got a vaccine, I've got a vaccine.
Back to the downside. 225 top. It tried to put in a higher top there at 219, and then whoa, there we go, spiked down to 158. So crazy movement back in. This stock was a 118 close, so watch out for that on a reopen. We'll track that. Should open up in just a couple of minutes or so. It's been 3 minutes already, so 5-minute hold for volatility, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. But the futures coming towards that 8,000 on the NQ if you're tracking.
Yeah, we're getting awfully close here. Oil has closed down 24%, so big day for oil, and we'll trade XOM for you guys as well. If there's any names you want us to look at, throw them in the chat there. As we said, Valeria's there. If we miss it, if it's going too fast, will be brought to our attention as well. And Brendan bringing us the names. I was looking at a few different banks also today. They've been relatively weak. Obviously, accordingly, BAC was down to $22. JPM. There's a lot of these stocks.
You don't see these prices. The only person in the money on, a lot of people are still in the money. Remember where a Diamond bought some of his
50s or something?
He bought 50s. He bought it 34. I think the Diamond prices could be coming in. I kind of half jokingly there. But obviously, we are getting quite a lot of action in the markets. I'm eyeballing this level here. If you're looking at the Qs. Sorry, not the Qs, the NQs at 80, 60, 80, 65, 80, 67 or so as we're trying to march back up. Call it 27.70 on the ES. Is this going to be a bounce? I'm going to give a couple of shots for the bounce play if it does want to get back to the upside. We've been trying to make a base, and we're resisting some of those lows. Yeah, there's a break of that level right there. So, just immediately, and then the quotes all over the place. Look at that quote.
Yeah, we went short,
basically just disappearing.
Yeah, we went short. I don't know. Was that some sort of a news there? I don't know. But we did go short there on the Qs. So, yeah, right now we're going to use this VWAP here, 197.40 as our out. But stocks are moving around, to say the least. And, that was a big blow up right there. Not sure what happened, but now we are going. We're testing that 27.75, Neil. That's right where we just touched down. Right
yeah, there. And we snapped through to the long side on that break of 67s, and then I'm actually able to just throw a bid in and immediately retrace. So failed break, I think. Able to get some 62s here, thinking we could make a bit of a run. I feel like, why am I even trying to go long in this market? We still have 55 minutes to go. There's lots of room to come in here and just quickly looking over here. Apparently, and we didn't really talk a lot about the cannabis space here, Sean.
Nope.
But you could have, because
we know all
certainly
about it.
ACB down 13%, getting absolutely crushed here. You know what? I'm not gonna give this belt to 80.50. I don't know why you try going long this bloody market. That's absolutely insane. We are trying to bounce the upside. We're failing. Just having a look here at a name like Apple, 271s.
Are we failing?
271.
Yeah, no.
267. We had a double bottom here. That's along with the futures, but just tremendous action to the downside all afternoon. You almost have to wait for like that perfect bounce play. The bounces when they've been there, in the last couple of times, it's been what? Right. Like that last 10, 15 minutes of the day? It hasn't necessarily been an early one. So for me, if we can't, let's get Apple through VWAP through 272 maybe, and then we can sustain. Like this Q's trade, it's been in the money 10 handles. It's been out of the money, NQ there. It's been out of the money 10 handles. No sustained movement either direction here.
Yeah, no, same thing with me here. We're still short. We just get out a little bit there. We went short the Qs here. Our average price, 195.70. So we're $1 out right now on this one, but we're giving it room. We're giving it up to 195.50 or so. So we're giving that space. But yeah, no, Neil, you're 100% right. You got to sort of watch out of your positions right now, as they can be in the money and out of the money just as fast for you. So here we go. We just, the Qs were just at. Neil talked about that blow off the top there. Now you come back down, screaming back down to the downside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out of that. I'm giving up on that long, but a couple of names here. Walmart, Saj, good look there. Walmart been very volatile, still holding positive. Positive to negative will be literally in about 30 or 40 cents or so. Brennan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Just watching a couple of energy names here in Toronto, guys, trading on the TSX. Enbridge, first off, still 15% to the downside, stuck at 43 for the last little while. Have a look at Cenovus, CVE, 50% move on the day. We're at $4 for Cenovus, guys.
Wow, absolutely crazy. I mean, look, there's been so many names here. If I look at my quote board, you forget about it. So many things, 10, 15, 20%. We'll jump back to that COCP Brennan mentioned. Did have that halt. It's opened back up and lower. The volume, 36 million shares traded on the day, and it's headed towards that 118 Friday close. It halted at 158, trading now, a couple of cents below that. So it's going to try and retake it back to the upside. It just dropped basically $1, almost $1 from the top. So might be overdone. I'm not sure there's any juice left to this one.
Yeah, no, good point there, Saj, talking about the oil futures close. We did talk about that.
Yep.
I'll get a chart open for you guys in 1 second. Here it comes. Yeah, this is crude oil. You can't see it's down 24%. I know that's hard to see today. 24.37%. Look at the volume coming in at the close. I was sitting here talking with a few traders saying that this was going to obviously sell off into the close. That did that. We took some money on XOM during that trade. It's bounced around a little bit. Lowest trade today, $30.41 in the last hour or so, bumping up just a little bit, but you can't see the volume actually on this, but the volume is relatively low as we are now done. Only electronic trading right now for oil, but yeah, we are getting downside. I just took some Qs off down there. Nice little average price. We're going to wait to see. I do think that obviously we can come all the way back down here as the day goes on, but you got to take a little risk off when the trades aren't really there. We're still waiting for this VWAP to break 197.40. That could break, and that will signal for me to give up on this short.
Yeah, you look at a lot of these names, very similar chart. I mean, we talked about that little level underneath VWAP on Apple. It's going to be similar on AMD here. It's just over 10%, just under 10% to the downside. Looking about 44.34 is an area of the futures here. The NQ 80.50. It'll be up or down 10, 15 handles in either direction. Can't really find its way just yet. There was one big time coronavirus name up 200% that we were talking about a lot off of the open, and that's going to be AIM. Big breakout in the afternoon. We talked about a $4 level this morning. Yeah, well, that $4 level got taken out just at lunchtime. So if you're eating lunch, you definitely missed that one. Ran clean up 250, so 50% move to the upside before coming back in and then breaking to new highs again in the afternoon. I tried the second break. basically had to come in, lose about 15, 20 cents on that one on the way back. Didn't sustain the second move. Now that it's basically holding here, usually you like to see for a flush going in the last hour, so I'm watching to see if this can hold below 680, maybe start shorting AIM up 200%. Insane.
Yeah, and this is not going to stop, I think, with the coronavirus names, and AIM is another one. And great to see you as well, Davide. Everyone noticing in the back there today that I was dressed for Black Monday, and yes, that is correct. That is why we are wearing black today, and needless to say, this is Black Monday. I mean, check out JPM right now, guys. This is a name that we talked about over and over again, and I'm just beside myself that this is back down to $93. Look at this drop from 2 o'clock, 95 straight down. This is going to obviously follow the futures pretty well today. So JP Morgan to the downside, lots of stuff happening. We were talking about how often do you see banks down this low? Look at TD Bank in Toronto.
Yeah, 10%.
You're now down 10+%. Well, now 9 and a bit, but we were down all the way down here to 48.50. A lot happening. Here goes my Q's trade back into the money finally. So that's what we were saying about holding on to some of these shorts. You know, you do get blown off, and we do talk about a little bit there. Make sure that you give yourself a little bit more risk, guys, than just the simple trade that you may have done in the past.
Yeah, you got to
Today,
adjust it.
this is wicking around like crazy.
10 handles becomes 30 to 40
Yeah.
to 50. I mean, directionally speaking, I mean, 100 handles, you might not even be wrong. Rideshare is also getting beaten up as well. Just, I mean, everything I look at is basically with the same sort of setup here. So you pick your poison, whatever you happen to be comfortable with. I mean, you know, I haven't really looked at Lyft or traded Lyft. I've basically been looking at AMD in the futures
It's like when we
most
said, is anybody
morning.
going to be ride-hailing right now? I mean,
Exactly. People have been staying at home. I think there's a lot of places you can play this short.
Yeah, people very worried, obviously, about public spaces. And then, look, a part of Uber and Lyft's big business is events, and people are canceling their events. So there's going to be no more people in need for cabs going from hotel to convention center, so on and so forth. Look, we can keep going on and on and on about our opinions on some of these stocks, but it still remains the same, man. This needs to get solved faster.
Absolutely. And one of the stocks that was strong this morning, Zoom here, is back in negative, only 1% to the downside, but you can certainly see holding up much better than the rest of the market here. You know, sort of alert to that high of the day. If you do get any kind of a rally, you know, watch out that 116.50. I think this is going to be a good place to pick things up if we do get any kind of a bounce. And as I see here, you know, we're still in basically a 30-40 handle range, you know, off of you want to call it 80-20 or so to 80-50. You can expand that a little bit if it's wicked outside of there on the NQ. But one way or another, this 8,000 is going to probably look like it's going to be pretty key. If we can hang on to that, maybe that's where we'll get the rally. I'm just looking for a place on Thursday and Friday, and we tried a similar trade. You had a breakout at the low. You try your hand at that. On Thursday, it broke, and then you reversed alongside. When that didn't work, it was a decent trade. And then on Friday, it didn't take out the low, and the reversal long was absolute gold. It gave you about 70 to 80 handles if you're looking at the NQ. So, you know, I'd love to see something similar to that, only I feel less confident with the long.
Yeah, no, as are we, Greg, looking for a trade heading into the close. So what I'm looking at right now is I am short the Qs. I'm going to take some off if it comes down into this 195.40 area, just for a small 40 cents or so. We'll take that win. I was just looking at stock that I only had one trade early on, or it was a couple trades here early on in the day. We were trying to long this Microsoft into this, and a nice little move straight to the upside, obviously, on that. But as I pull Microsoft back just a little bit here to what we're talking about, I do like this. I mean, Microsoft's one of my favorite stocks. If it right at VWAP, guys, right here, 154.40 has been the top there. So if we can get Microsoft to bounce up to this level, 154.40, I think it takes out this little wick, gets above VWAP here. But remember, it can trick you, right? I mean, you can go all the way back upside and then fall right on its face. So we're going to wait to 154.40 here. Our Qs, though, screaming down. We're waiting in the 40s for this. We may just get this right now, bidding in the 40s on the Qs, and bang, there it is, a quick little 40 cents. Not that that's anything. Here goes the Qs. We are now moving southbound. What was the ES?
That was just a break of 8,000 and sort of snapping right back. If you want to fade into that, look, it's finally a move in one direction or the other. So we get an 8,000 move in the futures there. Brennan, what do you have for us?
We're talking about that COCP, guys. Was halted, resumed here. We're down to 135. That was an intraday offering. There's actually two of them today. I'll flip over to SPEX. They also had an intraday offering here, just about to make a new low, guys.
Yeah, I just tried to get that COCP as it was consolidating around 150. It made a move to the downside. short sell restricted. I couldn't hit that bid, it looked like. So unfortunately, try to get 142s, 143s. No mas, but I'm looking now at the futures.
No mas.
Trying to bounce off that 8,000. Look, we got down a few handles there, came right back. It does look like for now, it's going to be the sell side action in the market. We're coming back down. Watch out for that 79.50 on the NQ. If you're tracking the ES, similar story, 27.30.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get any positive action going into this close. Let's wait to see at the bottom. But that COCP, remember 118, the previous close. If you did grab that short on the break to the downside, fantastic for you. That's an awesome target out. I would say at about 120. I missed it. I'm not going to go long at that 120, but that's where I'd be taking profits if you have it.
There we go, guys. You can see straight
pretzels.
To the, I don't know, pretzels. Yeah, we'll take some pretzels over here. Bring pretzels over. Valeria, go find us some pretzels. No, just joking around. Okay, the Q's down here. I'm looking at this level, 194.70 or so, to take about $1.20 if we can get it. But now there's the move back up. Look at these futures. Yeah, Neil talking about shorting the pops. This is popping just a little bit.
Who used to say that?
We'll see if we get to... short the pops, yeah.
I was a trainee on the floor, and there was an old trader a long time ago that used to say that.
We'll get back to you with that one.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I quickly you short the pops and make a quick. You can literally do it and make 10, 15 handles on just slipping some shares in there. But I do want to mention we are ready for our good friend, I believe, Brendan?
Yeah.
At the big screen. There he is.
Oh, it's upgrades and downgrades or earnings or something.
Time to throw to the big screen for Brendan.
Let's see.
Hey guys, not a lot in the way of earnings tonight, so let's have a look at the entire week, shall we? Just this one for tonight, Matinas Biopharma reporting after the close tonight, so we'll just skip right on over to, if I can. My screen is not working, but Wednesday and Thursday, guys, there are some significant earnings to have a look at. Wednesday night, Thursday night going to be the good ones this week. Tonight, not so much. Matinas, the only one that is reporting tonight. That Novavax, which is one of the coronavirus stocks, reporting on Thursday night this week. Just saw a number, guys. Most of the major indexes hovering between 18 and 20% off the top now. So we're approaching that crucial 20% mark, which would put us in bear market territory. Guys, back over to you.
You got the bear, swipe it.
Oh, wrong way.
There it is.
This way, that way? I don't know, whatever way it was. Okay, yeah, bear market coming, and it's the bear market is an ugly market, and it's rearing its head today, that's for sure. Okay, Q's back up, and this is what we're talking about. You can short whatever pop you want, but unfortunately, you got to give yourself some room. Here we go, 276, and again, we're watching the ES here, although I'm in the Q's. Q's is the NASDAQ 100. They're going to be very close. We're still waiting for this 27.75. We'll get out of the Q's about $1 away from here if it does get going. The broader market a little bit more than right now than the NASDAQ. So, and like we said, Neil likes to look at the NASDAQ, which is great, and I'll talk about the S&P. So there is some continuality there, and that's what we're doing right now. I'm still looking for Microsoft to get upside as well. So there's a few things possibly happening, Greg. I like Microsoft. That could be your YOLO through 154.40. Otherwise, man, I'll just hold these Qs till hopefully the cows come home and we get a 194 print.
Yeah, and just quickly looking at JPM here, you got that same, this area in the future that we break up, you're probably talking 94.50 to 95, so about a 50-cent range there. I'll go back over to the NQ. I know that's what I've been talking about. Basically, basically each of the prices. I like 80.60 or so. Maybe you want to fade in front of that. Like I said, I'm sort of done with trying out the long until maybe closer to the end of the session there. We'll see what happens. I do like it in front of this 80.60. You can see the resistance that we've run into, even if it's going to have to be some scalps in and out there. I was looking at that INO, another coronavirus name, which was heavily active all morning long. I'm not seeing anything I absolutely love there, but the range is gigantic on this one. We did miss a couple of halts, 3 halts, and then some fantastic opportunities off the reopens. Right now, it's been bouncing off the 850 bottom, but it's actually down 22%, so getting absolutely crushed today, that INO. You have a couple of names that are up in that space, but a lot of them starting to come back in as, the wheat gets separated from the chaff. The names that actually have something going are getting some spikes up, and the other ones get these little random sell-offs.
Yes, yeah, and that's a good point about Alibaba there. I told Neil I was waiting for my own account at 180 for Alibaba, but it's holding up really well. We'll have a look very, very shortly at Alibaba. Thanks, Saj, for bringing that one up. Saj was
it's a
big contributor to our 9 o'clock show, so thank you for coming back as well for this afternoon session, Saj. And you know what? I don't know, Greg. He keeps talking about these pretzels, so I'm very excited about what
it's
this
making
means
me
exactly.
hungry.
So
that's what it's doing. That's
we
all
will
it's doing.
also be alert for maybe some pretzels coming in the marketplace. I think what he means by that is maybe a figure 8. We'll see if we get 8%. Am I right, Greg? Is that what you mean? 8% down could be the pretzel.
You got to give us something.
You get a little bit of a figure 8 there in the pretzel loving.
You know, if you turn an 8 to the side, you get infinity.
Right.
What we need right now is QE infinity. That would maybe work out.
QE infinity is here. They just got to announce it.
Exactly.
But,
where's the fiscal stimulus, man? We've been talking about it all day long. Here comes the futures.
Back down, guys. And there it goes, guys. Once again, we hit an alley-oop to the market. We hold on. We should have averaged in. Too distracted with this pretzel stuff. But you're going to see right now the futures coming right back down. Once again, another 50-cent winner. We're still holding on to the Qs, guys. We're short 195.93 right now. It's a 50x winner. We're going to see if that can hold true throughout the rest. I'm still waiting for...
Here comes 8,000 again.
Yeah, I'm waiting for 174.70, guys. We break 8,000. I think we can get that.
Yeah, I never really got those 80-50s on the NQ. So we got to 45 or so, but a move back down into 8,000 if we break it. I mean, come on, 27.50 on the ES here, 8,000 on the NQ. Let's get a move one way or the other. I'm tired of this sort of choppy range. You can scalp inside here, I suppose, but every single chart you pull up is looking basically the same with the exception of Baba. Saj, good note there. Everything was sort of range bound, tightly following the futures, with Baba making a nice strong move upside. So here's another bounce, probably wait until the 40s maybe to fade this one, but I want an 8,000 break. That's what we're holding out for.
Yeah, I'm holding out for that one for dear life, and here we go.
Power hour. I like that.
Let's get going. Yeah, let's through bullish here. Power hour, traders in the world. Let's get going. We love having you on board as well, Prod. There it is, coming right to the downside, and yes, apparently right here, guys, the Qs are stuck in a range, and we're going to wait to see if we can get out of that. Breaking to the downside here, maybe a little bit of a problem. I'm not going to get out of this. It's a 40-cent winner right now. We're holding on for dear life to the short. I'm going to check back in here with Mr. Softy. I can see on my other quote board, and just in case you guys aren't familiar with Neil and I's setup, we have multiple screens here looking at different angles. You can see a little bit there. Good shot, Neil, on that side. Those screens don't go to show. We can only show you so many, but we have Microsoft. Right now I'm looking at Microsoft, Baba, and the SP.
We love you guys so much that I cover some of my charts up with the chat. So make sure you drop some stuff in there. Yeah. Certainly it should be fun. Another bounce off of this 8,000 level again on the NQ. And you're sort of seeing this is the last 15 minutes or so. We've basically broken it a few times and got maybe 4 or 5 handles down, maybe a touch more than that, and then we bounce back to the upside. So again, we're in that 80-30 range. I suppose at some point I might actually decide to fade this and just work the scalp trade. I don't know what else you're doing here if you're not going to test that out.
I'm going long Alibaba, thank you. So we're now long Alibaba right here off a nice big move up there. It just ripped up $1, but look at the futures as they're going as well. This is a very, very small risk position here. We are still short the Qs, but you can see the market ripping up here. So we're going to get out of a few things probably very shortly. We do take what we believe to be strong is Alibaba. I'll be dropping this one off down here for an 80-cent loser if it does come back down, 197.75. But right now we are long, so let's get going. We are long Alibaba and short the Qs. Not a great recipe for success there, but we'll see if it can work out. Play the strong one in Alibaba.
Yeah, Pratt, I don't know about them TSX banks. I mean, like if they're going to rally, I need to see the market rally a little bit. They're probably just going to follow along for the ride. Valeria, what do you got for us there?
Shades of red in the market right now. I'm pretty sure you should have opinion on that, or maybe you want advice or ask questions. Please go to the live chat and talk to me. I'm there waiting for you, asking different questions, replying, so let's communicate. And of course, hit the thumbs up. We're trying for you guys, and we want to know that you enjoy what we are doing. Maybe you have any recommendations, or you just want to make us compliments. You are free for that. That's it. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Valeria. So, look, like we said, we're going to hang out here. We got about 37 minutes, 35 minutes to the close, whatever it might be. Yeah. You're still stuck in this range. Of course, I don't think there's any chance that we're not going to have some kind of a break in one direction or the other. So, I mean, whether you're talking 80-60, you're talking 8,000, just be locked and loaded, ready to go with whatever your plan happens to be. I did jump back in here and I've tried a couple of short these pop fades. If we're not going to break the range, we got about 35 minutes and maybe we'll do some scalping inside here. Ultimately, that's not the overall overall plan, but I'm not getting any traction in the moves in some of the coronavirus names, which have been good in the afternoons. So let's see if we can't get some movement here. And here we go, up towards that 80-60 area. Finally a little something maybe, Sean.
I was just going to tell you guys that we were going to get out on the high of that little bounce there on the Qs. So if I zoom in closer, it touched 196.60 a couple times and faded back in. We get out there and drop that position, and now we just have Alibaba to the long side. So it's going to be a loser net on the Qs because we get out there for I think a 30-cent loser or so. But right now we're riding Alibaba, and look, it looks like it was a good out on the Qs. I just didn't want to wait all the way up here. We talked about the rally possibly happening later on in the day, or the tank, either way.
Yeah,
but
I mean, who knows?
we're just going to wait on this move here from the ES and the NQs. I'm going to get out of the Qs way here and just trade right now Alibaba strong side long. That's the only position that we have right now. It's basically at the high of the day here, so we'll wait to see if 198, 199 comes through. Next stop, hopefully going to be 200 on this name. We just also get into our Microsoft. So there's Microsoft ticking up higher right now as well. So hopefully we're not trapped. We'll see. 154 maybe will be an out on Microsoft. Let's see if we can't get that running right now. Long Microsoft, long Baba, let's go.
Yeah, some of these moves coming into the upside here, but watch right at the absolute. There we go. There's the 70s. There's 70s to the upside. So there's the break at 80.77. Every single time it's done this, it's basically given a fade back in. So I think we're going to hang on for dear life and look for that little pullback. But I was just about to note here, Carnival Cruise basically holding the bottom end. So you can still look for shorts on those names with everything else moving to the upside. Brendan.
Well, a little energy name, guys. EQM, big mover from the morning session here, was halted a numerous amount of times here on the way back up, but still down 12% for EQM. One of the only ones looking like it might want to test lower again, heading towards the close, guys.
Yeah, and here we go. We just took off 40 cents on Microsoft in 30 seconds. We are long Microsoft. Greg wanted a YOLO trade. There it is for you if you wanted it. Microsoft goes in the money, 50 cents for us. Bang, this is where we take it. This is where we get out. We're still holding 2/3, and right now it's in the money 40 pennies. We're going to wait to see if we can't get above 155 here. Microsoft up another 4%, down another 4% today. So we will wait to see if it can take out 155. Here we go. Microsoft's a 50-penny winner. So hit the air horn. Let's get going. You wanted a trade, Greg. There it is. A quick 50, 60 cents right there on Softy. Let's get this going.
Yeah, and just looking at AMD, it's breaking out of its range as well. So you got a few names making basically the same type of move here in the market, but it's not really sustaining into that 8100. And again, this is just range bound. So you want to see if we can get to that 8100 level. It was an 8075-ish break. So have a look at that. On a retracement, probably look at that 8060 that we were watching before. I'm probably going to pick something up in that range when we get down there.
Yo, here it comes fading right back in. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, we worked hard on the show, and we are glad that you like it. So we're just going to keep going as we see fit here. Looking at
where are you tuning in from, Eric? We're always curious to see where everyone's watching from, right?
Yeah, we've had a bunch of different viewers. Netherlands, we know Dax is from there. It'll be interesting to see where some of these other gentlemen
Saskatchewan
are
here.
From. Oh yeah, Saskatchewan up in the house as well. So Saskatchewan, we're at 18 degrees here today apparently. So,
I thought it was supposed to be 14. I'll take. Not that I'm complaining. I'll take 18 all
day.
day.
18. I checked my phone there, and it's 18 degrees today in Toronto. Lovely Toronto. So we're going to wait to see how that does play out in the weather-wise. But obviously, nat gas and oil today tanking down. The warm weather not helping that either. So we're going to wait to see. But nat gas and oil down 24% today. OPEC Plus not able to get a deal there. Russia, Saudis, butting heads, and that's never a recipe for success.
When you talk about a catalyst, certainly that's what really kicked things off today, and it's just no one really knows exactly how that's going to play out, and there's a lot of trouble to be had when oil gets down this low below that $45 mark. Talked about the inverse relationship of the market with that little bounce there, so I guess not a surprise. AIM finally breaking out of its range. I think if we get any kind of sustained move to the upside, watch out for the six even level. I'd love to see that break. I'd love to use that 660 as an area, but here come the futures again. It's going to make another run at that 8100 level. I think if we can get a break there, this is the long that you're probably looking for to sustain something into the close. About 30 minutes left here, so like there's seen big time moves happen in even the last 10 minutes or so. So still have a lot of room to go before we actually make anything serious back up. We're only 5%, still 5% to the downside ultimately.
We could go any which way at this point. Look, I've had enough of this. Softy there touches 89 again,
78
and then fails once again. So we're stuck up here in this range in the futures, 27.80. Wow, I mean, you're blinking and these stocks are moving like $1. So you got to be careful. Here we come down. We are fading back down here in Microsoft and the market as we head into the close. We'll check out Toronto imbalances, New York imbalances. We'll have everything for you, but we are ready for Brendan with an update at the screen. Let's go.
Hey guys, half an hour to go. Let's have a look at how things are shaping up. Obviously moving back to the upside, but still significantly into negative territory. 6.5% here for the overall S&P 500, 6.6% even. The Dow about the same, 6.7%. You can see we're pushing 6% for the NASDAQ here as well. Russell, small caps, 8.8%. Still really ugly. Same story for the TSX here, 1,400 points, guys. For the TSX. Haven't seen a number like that for a long time. 9.2% for the TSX. BOVESPA is down 12% today. It's been ugly. 11,947 points to the downside for the BOVESPA if you're looking at Brazil. I don't know why my tablet is not working. Guys, was going to give you a look at the early look at the Catone and ARCA imbalances. Big numbers on those. Maybe you guys can have a look.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a look. I know TSX imbalances come in 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to get New York in about 20. We talked about that 6 even level on AIM. Tricky getting shares on that 6 break. Got 91s and tried to add to it. No dice whatsoever. 82 million shares, and you couldn't catch anything when it broke. But we did get some shares at 91 finally. Took some out immediately for a 26-cent win. So it very rapidly blew through that price, and it's already down to that 550 area, so I'll see if I can't get some more shares out in front of the 50. We'll try to bounce down there. If it breaks 550, I mean, we did make on the last dash to about 485, so I think there's $1 worth of a downside, I guess you want to call it, in this trade, but it's got to break that 550 mark. I was just looking here at the level 2. Apologies, wrong direction. At the level 2, there was a bit of a buyer at that 550 mark. No reload for me. If it gets up to 6 even, it's a one shot and done. I've tried this trade in the afternoon. We did this on Friday and on Thursday, and you get into trouble, trying to reload. If it doesn't sustain the move, watch out, because we're well off the high at this point, and I've seen these stocks run into the close, especially if we get a sell-off in the broad market. And I look over here, the NASDAQ back down to 5.5% again, and the ES back down to 6.5%. So, we're going to stick with
definitely selling off.
Yeah, we're definitely coming off here. So you got to watch out, because the coronavirus thing, sometimes people jump into them to the long side as a bit of a FOMO trade or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, look, the futures right now, back and forth, same as equities, and we're just going back and forth here with Microsoft, so you're going to see a little bit of trades here. We had too many stop orders down here, so we get out and we get stopped out, so we flush ourselves down the toilet, or this is a fall in the hole. I'm going to show you the flush down the toilet right there, because Microsoft, and we're not putting on big risk. I really want to see some of these levels get broken down. We are still long Alibaba. We're waiting for this 197.70 or so. I think it's actually 190. I changed it. 197.50. We're going to wait to down here on Alibaba. I think we got a strong stock, so we'll see. We'll average into this one and take some more out if it does break 198.85, which is the top here. Until then, though, we'll hold on to this 198.50 long in Baba. I still think a 200 handle is coming, so we're going to wait to see if that is the truth.
Yeah, and just looking at that CCL, so it had a bit of a range while the market was doing its nothing, and it just broke to the downside there, 21.60 or so. Might jump into the south side into this trade, but I would, the bottom is literally 10 pennies lower, so we might as well wait to see if we can't break the actual low of the day in Carnival Cruise. So I'm going to put that stop in, 21.50. If it takes out the low, we'll trigger into the short. All we have on is that AIM. It's come back to 580. We got 91s to the short side there. It got as low as 550 before ticking back up.
Okay, AIM, yeah, just another name there. Codex, AIM, INO, various symbols, going off today. So we're going to wait to see if that can hold. One name is Netflix. If there's any symbols you guys want us to trade, hit us up on the chat, and we'll maybe not trade, but at least look at for you. I'm more than comfortable looking at any name. Again, we have access to all of the markets, NYSE American, hence some of the names there that we're trading, like an APT, or I believe AIM is also on NYSE.
Yeah, it is on. Yeah, it's on the formerly the AIM.
Yeah. So whatever you have, there's also crypto moving around today. We talked about Bitcoin a little bit. That's at 7,800 today. So you can trade GBTC over there on the pink sheets. We're doing some of that as well, but we are ready right now for Brendan. Hit us.
A big mover, guys, heading towards the close here. CTSO, big time volume coming in. This thing now up. Yes, up almost 10% in the afternoon, guys.
I'm sorry, what? Okay.
What is CTSO?
Okay.
CTSO. We're going to find out about that. Cyber Sorbiance? Okay. CTSO, do you have it up? We're gonna call it
no,
up
I was
here.
just having a quick look. I mean, yeah, Peter, October 19th, 1987. Amazing to remember that. Down over 20%. That was before. Look, circuit breakers are here for a reason. I think that's a good point. They do tend to work. I think some of the destruction people are anticipating today, possibly at least a little bit avoided, maybe by some of those circuit breakers. I mean, I don't necessarily know the answer, but certainly is the possibility that they've saved a little bit of pain today.
Yeah, where did you say? Oh, Ottawa, Eric. Okay, what's up to Ottawa? Shout out to the Senators. Nah, maybe not.
That's a horrible
Ottawa,
city to drive in
Ottawa
downtown.
Senators.
So many, like, there's a lot of one-way streets. It's
Yeah,
a pain in the
Ottawa.
butt there.
We like Ottawa, nation's capital.
Yeah, good look there, Jamie. ET. I was talking to a trader about this, at lunchtime.
Yeah.
What a fantastic job it did, basically following the oil futures with even a tiny bit of a lag to give you an opportunity to be able to trade. Of course, now they have closed and it's only electronic trading, but there's still some solid movement in this name, down 28%, 90 million in volume. Fantastic opportunity here. Liquidity is through the roof on this stock. You look at level 2 here. I mean, it's all you can eat when it comes to getting shares, and a couple of people on the floor done pretty well trading this name. So good luck there, Jamie. Good instrument to be trading.
Yeah, you know that prod. We're big Maple Leaf fans. I used to have a little Maple Leaf.
You had
I had it was a Marlies one. It was Connor Brown, but I had a little bobblehead here for the Maple Leafs. This is that CTSO here. Still, I mean, it's only up 9% because it had a big move the day before, but you can see this straight to the upside from 550, breaks that rate to 650. Brendan gave us that name, so we will look to fade that one through, see if we can't find some more reasons about this one, and if we want this to continue to go. I'm going to actually look at a daily chart of CTSO right now. This is what we're talking about. Very, very volatile. Maybe 725 could be the next stop. That was the wick about 5 days ago. So 663, if you're looking long, watch out. The 725 level might give you a little bit of an indication of where we're heading. I don't know. I'm not going to trade a name that I'm not familiar with right now. It just doesn't seem to be the right thing to do when I'm long Alibaba right now.
You definitely want to make sure you're expressing trades in something that makes sense to you there. So, for me, it's either going to be in the futures. I'm looking at some AMD as well. We're still hanging on to that AIM, moving my stop to 6 even. We're going to let it run a little bit further than that, but once it hits your first target out, for me, I like to slide it back down. If it rejects that 550 too hard, I don't want to turn a winner into a loser. So we'll risk maybe like 8 or 9 cents plus maybe a little bit of slippage. Back above VWAP here and down only 4%. Microsoft could be an interesting play if you're looking for something to bounce to the upside. Ultimately you're waiting for the futures. They're bouncing off the bottom. No sustained moves yet, and we got about 23 minutes until the close. There still is time for a real move on the upside. And again, I'm not saying that it's not a real move moving 50 handles like we just did, but it isn't. Not in this market. You can see we've seen 100 at the close before.
Yo, what's up, Hodes? Hodes checking in, an old trader of ours. What's up, my man? Welcome to the show. I hope you get some FOMO and want to come back. So, Mr. Hodes is in the building.
Nice of him to say that we've aged well.
Yeah.
Very nice of him to say
from
that.
2006.
Wasn't he longer than that?
I don't know. Okay, here we go, Alibaba. Yeah, we're just playing around. Okay, Alibaba's in the building, so we'll catapult ourselves right now. This is a 40-cent winner. We're long 198.55. We had to hold out on this one. We told you we were giving this to about 197.50 or so. It's running for us. I'm talking about a 200 handle on this name. We did get as high as 199.40. Let's see, Alibaba brought to our attention one of the stronger names. I love this, and here we go. Alibaba right now at 199. Let's break it, my friend.
Here's another break to that 8100.
Let's go.
This is going to be that key level you're looking at here. Just having a quick look at Enbridge, trying to see if any of these Canadian names are going to be bouncing with the market here. And just look, we just had that nice spike up, not participating. So looking for a few things in Toronto to have a quick look. But, it is what it is. I kind of like Enbridge. Thought maybe you get a little pop there. Did not happen. No mas.
Yeah, no mas on that for sure. There it is. We'll take off 50 cents right now. Throw it on the chicken dinner. If you're watching this, my wife, we can have chicken tonight. Why not? But we did have chicken for lunch. So good point.
You don't want to double up.
Let's not double up. But there it it is. I don't mind doubling up chicken wings, maybe. Okay, 190. I just like the barbecue chicken wings. Maybe we set the barbecue up tonight.
It is warm.
198.50. We take it out, and this is what we did, guys. It bounced off 199, so I got out 198.96 right there for a nice 40 cents. We hold the rest. We're only out of half, so we cry a little bit if this wants to go up, but again, in this market, Neil, pigs get slaughtered. Here comes a graphic that those of you may not like.
Ooh, it's a little bloody. But you don't see it happen. You don't see it happen. It's absolutely fine. Just checking in on the chip makers.
Right.
A few names not really participating. The NQ just got back up to that retest of 8100. But you have a stock like AMD not even coming close to pushing up where it was the last time it was retested. So relative weakness going into the close in an AMD. Of course, the market down 5%. This is down 10. You do have some names which are showing that weakness on a short into the close. You're probably looking at one of these names, if not some of the travelers there. But here's that NQ bouncing to 8100 and right back down to the 70s. What's up there, Brennan?
Another crazy one, guys. Mentioned this one earlier. CLB had a huge move down. This is in the energy services area. Huge move down from 16 to 12. It's been in a range basically from 13 and a quarter down to 12. We're bouncing $1 at a time essentially on CLB. Just crazy moves, guys.
There goes Baba. Thank you for that name there, CLB. We've been, look, there's just so many names down, huge percentages. 44% for CLB.
Yeah,
but
Heineken works.
Let's floss this off. Yeah, we'll take a Heineken prod right there. If you have one, bring it over to me right now. That'd be fantastic. 199 does break. We get up as high as 199.20. Right now, Alibaba's a 43-cent winner. Looking for more on this side. It's 340. Let's check out the Toronto imbalances.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of looking, it's probably looking relatively mixed.
Nothing.
I actually thought maybe you'd see with a bounce some interesting names there, but
I have to disagree with Valeria,
basically
by the
nothing there. I mean, you got CNQ, but nothing.
Toronto doesn't
Nothing
have
there.
gray maple syrup. I mean, it's the fact that we sell it because from up north,
Yeah,
where
it's
the
not in
maple
Toronto.
syrup is
It's definitely
made.
not in Toronto.
We went to a great maple syrup. It's called Matthews. We didn't go this time, but there's one up north where I was, and Valeria's right.
My in-laws
I
make
mean,
their
it's
own
there you
maple
go.
syrup,
You
and I'll
know.
tell you, it's hard work doing it. But the real thing, once you have it, you're not going to touch that store-bought stuff. It's no Aunt Jemima around here. It is all about the real, authentic maple syrup.
Aunt Jemima, wow.
That's not. It's just. It's so
That's
thick.
okay.
It's not.
That's
It's just
okay.
not tasty. I
No, I'm
can't
saying,
deal
wow,
with it.
Good call on the name there, Aunt Jemima. Yeah, good one. Yeah, so that's all. Not that Valeria's 100% right. We do have great maple syrup, but venture a few hours north and you'll be amazed.
That's where you're going to get the real stuff there. Look, we fail again at that 8100. Just have a quick look at that NQ. It's basically been the same story, and it's sort of continuing right now. And you don't want to give up on the fact that we can get a sustained move, but here you go, 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the 3 minute.
Neil,
We're basically coming up
Dax
here.
is looking for so Dax is part of our team.
Look,
here.
Dax,
Day Trade the World.
you come through, and I promise you, just let me know when you're going to
He
be
is
here.
coming through.
I have like a lifetime supply. I basically never run out of real maple
There you
syrup. My in-laws, they don't even sell it. They just give it to us away for free every time they visit, and they were just here a couple of weekends ago, so I got stocked up. We're ready to go. I had some waffles
you did give
this
them
weekend.
a grandchild. I mean, they should be giving you barrels of maple syrup.
You better. You're goddamn right, Sean.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
See,
what I'm
those are
talking
the
about.
angles that I play.
That's what I'm talking about.
Those are
Barrels.
the angles that I play when we're dealing
That's
with
not good for my
in-laws.
health. Barrels of a.
Well, no, I'm not saying that to eat it all, or you don't eat. You don't drink maple syrup.
You
though.
could.
You got to put that on some
You could.
waffles or
You
something.
could.
Neil, come on. Okay, Valeria, do you like maple syrup? Why don't we question Valeria in a second? Turn that camera around.
And if
we'll
you've
figure
never
out,
had it, then
what her opinion on
figure
maple
that out.
syrup is. I don't know what the story is in Russia with maple syrup, but we're going to find out right now. What's up, Valeria?
Hey guys, I'm a sugar lover. That's why I love everything what's sweet, and I love maple syrup, especially with pancakes. And in Russia, it's not that popular, so that's why I have to bring the huge bottle each time I go back to Russia.
Okay.
Well, we'll see if we can't hook
Russia,
you up there.
the nation with apparently limited coronavirus cases.
We had that
150
discussion already.
Why don't you look that up, Valeria? 150 million people, 5 reported cases or something so far. Unbelievable.
Clearly
Russia,
more than that.
Russia really dealing with
Clearly
coronavirus.
more than that.
That's great. I have a feeling there's a little more than that. She's going to get onto that one right now as well. But yes, Dimitri invited you. Yeah, come over for a manager course. Sit right here. Dax will be on the show. We got a spot for you. So you'll come on the show and we'll talk talk to you a little bit. Dax, where is your office? I think it's Netherlands, right? Which part? And that would be cool if we could find out about that.
Yeah, give us a city there. Obviously, I'm not going to pretend to have been there, but always good to know what you guys where you guys are coming through. Looking at the cues here, you are seeing as much as we're trying to take out these tops, we are seeing higher lows going in to this close here, which is about 15 minutes away. You're hoping for a little bit of a breakout as we make this little wedge to the upside. We're going to get some imbalance data coming out of New York in just a few minutes. Maybe that's going to be the catalyst that we're looking for. No promises there, but I want to see some kind of a move. Let's get out of here. If you're looking at the triple Q, 197.60 or so, but that 8100 on the NQ is what I have my eyeballs on right now. And the ES, it's basically 27.85.
Brendan's going to look at this for us, but AbbVie right here. What? This is a $90 name here, and I know the reason why I ask about that is I believe it's not Aetna, but the Botox company they bought. Anyways, AbbVie right here looking for a nice little 8 million share imbalance. So let's just see what is up with them today. AbbVie still down 3%. I own this stock. I love it. It's a great dividend payer. Let's just check out the chart on AbbVie right now. Great name. Look where they came from. This is when they made that purchase. As a shareholder, I should know what stock they bought. But here you come right back down, and now, I don't know, possibly being rebalanced today, but no, not confirming anything.
Rotterdam. There you go. Rotterdam, Netherlands.
Right.
Thank you there, Dax, for letting us know. So that's fantastic. Anybody else, if you're on here, let us know where you're chiming in from, where you think we're going to close today. I mean, it's actually perfect for a guessing game like that because we're very range bound going into the close. I mean, if you want to randomly pick the NQ right here, we're in the middle of this range, 8,100 to 80 to 8,000. We're at 80.50 right now, basically. So above or below 80.50 on the close. What do you think, Sean?
Which stock?
Well, you know what?
The NQ.
Let's go with the NQ. Why not? We're looking at the NQ. We're basically at 80.50.
Just because, but no real reason. Valeria, when she's ready, has the number of reported corona cases. So whenever that's ready, she'll hit that up in Russia, and you're not gonna believe it. But okay, we're ready for it. Valeria, what's up?
I already don't believe it.
Valeria, turn around.
Hey guys, population of Russia is 144 million, and officials say that there are only 20 reported cases in the whole country.
20 reported cases.
Russia.
So
I don't believe
here's Vladimir Putin, except for it's me. There he
it.
is, smoking one there, because I don't think that can't be true. But if you ever need the key Russian statistics, Valeria is on the case right there. There goes Valeria Batman. Guys, join us tomorrow. Look, this is the last day that we're doing a 3 o'clock show.
I mean, we came in, we did the 9 o'clock, 9 to 12. Obviously, it's fun doing the close, but with the traction that we saw, it was just so fantastic this morning for 3 hours. We love the engagement back and forth, and there's so much preparation that goes into trading. So we do come in at 9, give you the pre-market action, give you some levels, some names that are moving about. We have our guests of the day. Had It's Airplane Jane came on at 9:05. So terrific guest there. We had Rahim Alani from coming through, he talked a little bit about the cannabis space. I know we didn't trade it much.
Mining usually talks about cannabis space and a lot of Toronto names there. So we didn't really trade a lot of those today. But I think that's just because, hey, the market's moving a little bit. Yeah, and we will trade everything for you guys as we go, but it is hard to keep track of everything. What's up, Brendan?
TGNA, guys, a name with relative strength heading towards the close here, up 5.4%. If I zoom out on this, you can see had a crazy move into the close on Friday as there was some potential buyout rumors swirling around this name, but TGNA up 5.5% again today, guys.
Right, yeah, there's always seems to be some buyout rumors around this name. $17, $18, we're looking at that. I see a big order here on Alibaba at 20. Let's just hopefully this gets smoked here and we can hit a bullseye right at 199.20 right now. We are 65 cents in the money on Alibaba right now, looking for this thing. There it goes. See ya. Let's run this through, guys. We are long Alibaba. This is 75 cents in the money right here off of 198.50. I told you we were looking at 200 in the face today. Let's see if we get that with only 10 minutes left, Neil. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we got about 2 minutes till we get that imbalance data, so watch out really, really closely. You can look at the ES, NQ to see if it's going to move the market, but it's going to be published by NYSE. could move the markets here if we really consolidated this range tighter and tighter going into this final 10 minutes of the day. Brendan's going to have those live for you, watching 8100 on the NQ. Eyeballing on the ES here, 2785. You can trade either one. I think it's going to be an exciting close. What I need to see us break out of this range. I'm not going to force anything unless we get a break.
Same. Yeah, we're the same way. We only have Alibaba, and we're relatively late. We dropped it off here at 199 when it broke the first time. Now we're starting to get going. Here we go. ES time. I just got filled in my own account, Google Long 1200, so that's going to be good. We are going to see right now 199.50 coming. This is going to be a dollar winner right now on Alibaba. We could take it off, but we're going to wait a little bit more. Let's see if we can get this cash falling from the sky. But this looks like it's coming from the bottom. But right now, here we go with Alibaba. Right now, almost $1 in the money.
Yeah, and just watching, we're about to take out that top on the ES, and then we just slid back down. And remember, 40 seconds to go until we have that imbalance data. We're going to bring that to you live when it comes from the NYSE. We're still under that 8100 mark on the NQ, so it should be exciting. Let's see if we can't get a push through in that last 30 seconds. But at any second now, we will jump for that preview of the closing imbalance data coming from the New York.
Yeah, great call. That's coming in right now. Actually, we'll have that at 3:50. We'll have the closing imbalance, and Brendan will be doing a little something on the screen with that one. So stay tuned. If you didn't know anything about the imbalances, we'll educate you a little bit on that as well. But they're coming through right now in 10 seconds. So let's throw it. Brendan will hit this as it comes live.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, this is still them, but in a second we will show you the imbalances, guys, for the NYSE for the day. There we go. A huge number here right at the top, Chesapeake, 10 million. Notice all of these. There's one sell at the bottom down here. Which one's that? PFE. Pfizer, guys, is a sell. Everything else on here is a buy. So huge numbers top to bottom. Ambev there, BAC, SWN, CPE. You got to go all the way down to the fourth or fifth one here just to get one that's less than 4 million. So huge numbers all to the buy side, guys. Back over to you.
So we just off there pretty heavily there.
Everything is a bid, though. Why did the market tank there? Everything came out to buy, right? And so you have, wow, millions and millions and millions of shares to buy on all of these beat down names. So, yeah, we'll see what happens going into tomorrow, but it looks like there'll be some relief here for the market.
I guess I got to, look, you talked about it right there. We try to bounce off that 8,000, and we'll see if we can't pick a little something up. I mean, we're gonna get that 8,000 bounce. Let's see if we can't pick something up to the long side.
Yeah, Baba came back down. I still have the imbalance locator up here looking to see if there are any names. Look, they'll all probably pair off. We'll check back in a second once that comes through. Alibaba hits that tank. We talked about the futures making that move down off those buy imbalances. So Alibaba comes right back down. That's why you take off profit. It's right back to where we own the damn thing. So we're going to wait to see here if this does want to get going. We're still going to play off 197.50. I do like this name to the long side.
Yeah, just working on a bit of a bounce play there. You talked about there only being buy imbalances, so ultimately try to pick something up here. If we get any kind of a secondary flush to the upside, we wanted the long. I looked over at my board, and I apologize, Sean has the big screen where you can sort of see all of those imbalances large. It was all buy side action. You're looking at the futures retracing, trying to get towards the top, but we are failing just a little bit. So, pick something up and see if we can't.
You want to talk about picking something up?
8100s, man. I bought that little sell-off to the downside, got 37s. Now we're 80-60, but again, this rally, what you really want is into 8100. I'm not sure we have the time or the juice to get there.
Yeah, you're probably right on both of those cases, Neil. We may not have the time or the juice as we see right now. Market trying to fall back down. I did just take a sweet little trade, and it's a nice winner. Check out Alibaba. It was 198.56. Now it's coming back down, but we did bump all the way to 199. Thought I had an order there, but I guess I did not. We did. We did not get out of anything there.
You want to know what's crazy there, Sean? So when we bounced, we got that imbalance data come out. We flushed to the bottom. Yeah. The second it turned around off 8,000 at 812 on the way back up. Now, I'm not making this one up. When you looked at the micro, basically there was no quote for 20 handles.
Right.
You're picking it up at like 37.
Yeah.
There was nothing to like 20. And now we're sort of headed back northbound again. I'm hoping we can run this one at 8100. 7 minutes left. We're running out of time here. I'm not really sure we're going to sustain any kind of a trade to the upside. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel like it did on Friday. To me, It just doesn't seem like it's going to be that kind of
It's
a
very
market.
choppy.
I'm probably going to take the rest of these off. I should slide this to a break even, but that's basically right here. Maybe we'll just hang on to it, see what happens at 8:55. Sometimes see a little update on the imbalance. It's all buy side still.
I mean, I would have lost all the bets because the futures here, basically, if you talk about
We said 80.50. I mean, we're still here.
Just use the ES. I mean, look how choppy this is. I mean, you get 27.50 the bottom, 27.80. So you're in a 30 handle range in the last hour of the market. That has not happened in probably months. Maybe weeks. But right now we are in a tight little range here. We're going to drop off Alibaba if it breaks below 198 even. I'm not going to give this too much more room as the market is coming to a close.
Yeah, and we're about to retest. So, when that imbalance data came out, we got down to that 80.12 or so. You don't want to see that break. You don't want to see 8,000 break, certainly if you're holding on to a long. You're running out of time for this rally down to a small point. Again, only held about 20% of the position here, just not really feeling it. I really thought with that buy-in balance at that time off of 8,000, you'd get a sustained move to the upside, or at least something with a little more behind it. We're just not really going to get it there. So, I mean, yeah, Phil, is it used for tomorrow's trade? No, this is really going to be about the close. It's about the last 15 to 20 minutes of trade. It's about that closing auction. It's about where the market is going to have that final resting print. It's only going to matter coming tomorrow because it'll be a metric, right? You might want to care how much volume goes off. Is there a big change?
Or maybe for tomorrow's market on open, if you come to us at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Phil, we'll go over the market on open imbalances.
Yeah, if that's what you meant, good point.
That will be very effective for anybody. But it is kind of a good tool. Maybe you're seeing a lot of bids in some of these beatdown stocks.
Yep.
Maybe that is something for tomorrow, Phil. So good point. What's up, Brendan?
Guys, a lot of energy stocks really having a lot of trouble going into the close here. Have a look at NS. Just can't get out of its own way into the close here. 39% now for New Star Energy. Just no bid whatsoever for energy stocks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, talk about there being no bid. I just took out we only down to 10% of the position. It's at 355. Some bounces. I got a little bit. I mean, you think they shrunk. That's what I assumed because we sold off 15, 20 handles at 855. But again, there's just so much weakness in this market. I still see a bunch of buy-in bounces. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. This market cannot catch the bid that we're looking for, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, and it's not as bad as it was, but we do now have 5 minutes to go. Remember, guys, join us tomorrow for our big show happening at 9 a.m. That's when we throw down the guests for you. We have many more segments, and it's really great. We review a lot of the trading opportunities at 9 a.m. So join us tomorrow, 9 a.m., the same channel. Bookmark us. Come back. Check us out.
Jump in that chat.
That's when we're throwing down the bombs in the morning. Right now, it's calm down. The market's not going too crazy. We don't want to put to risk a lot of the profits or opportunities that we've seen earlier on in the day. Right now, we're just kind of chilling out.
I don't know why it held this 10%.
Everybody watching today was a big day. Look, today was our first day going live at 9 a.m., and we knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
so
here we go.
Thank you so much. Here comes a jaw drop. Great. Yeah, there it is. A great amount of participation this morning. We're going to be checking the chat. Tweet us overnight, whatever you want. Valeria's going to be watching the chat and doing everything.
There goes that bottom. When that 350 hit, that was the bottom there at 80.12 on the NQ. We just took it out. We're headed southbound towards 8,000. So forget about catching that bid. We hang on to 10%, and look at how much you give back being an idiot hanging on to that 10%. 8,000 break, 3 minutes to go. I don't know. I mean, the markets are going to continue to trade. There'll be lighter volume after the close, but they're selling off into this one. I'm hands off. I really do think.
Alibaba, so,
man, when that failed, when they couldn't, when all those buy and balance bids came in there, and we failed to make a move to the upside, man, next time I'm fading that trade.
And this is the thing, guys. I look at my net for Alibaba's flat. This is a 50-cent winner, and there you go. There's the 50-cent loser out at 198. So we take the risk. Obviously, we should take it out when it does come on board. But there you go. Market, Neil, to the downside, as I know that you're expressing your disbelief maybe a little bit.
I mean, why not just reverse right there? You saw that 80-10. Who knows? I mean, sometimes.
Look at Alibaba on the reversal. I mean, you'd be in the money 50 pennies. But that's the thing, guys. Only 2 minutes left.
Yeah, well, that's part of it.
We expect anything.
We only, we day trade here, so we actually don't hold anything overnight, just so that you guys know if you're tuning in for the first time. It'll be the last time for this 3 o'clock show, but we don't hold overnight, so you got to be.
I don't know if I would now. Even if we had the choice.
Sometimes you might
feel at a disadvantage, but today I actually feel at an advantage. I can sleep well, besides my personal account, but we don't have to hold anything over here tonight.
Yeah, but you got different time horizons. There are 2 minutes left. Look at this. I mean, we just went an extra 40 handles on the NQ there. Crazy movement to the downside. downside. Again, if we can't sustain those bounces, it's going to be a sell-off. It's going to be very interesting, Sean, to see what happens tomorrow morning.
We could go limit down again. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. I mean, there really is a chance for that. You are seeing right now the ES, Neil, as we come ready to wrap the show up here. I don't have.
Wouldn't you be a little surprised?
Traders in the background.
I'm hearing like the WTFs, the what the. You're hearing them, but
some of these in the
I would be a little surprised if we got absolutely nothing from any government when it comes to fiscal response. I mean, we'll see what happens. We talked about how much further cuts priced in at this point, 75 basis points, and decent possibility at a full percent there. But the last we checked, was it the 30-year was under a full percent yield.
We'd have to double check.
What the hell?
At this point, yeah. Valeria mentioning 2 minutes to go. Now we're less than 1 minute. Let's check out some of our imbalances here. Chesapeake still big to the buy side. So is BAC. So maybe we could take.
But look at these.
Long on BAC.
Look at the NQ. I mean, what? We're getting right down to that 79.50. Are we really going to close at 79.50 on the NQ? That was a 60 handle reversal through that 80-10 when they basically just spit in the face of the buy imbalances. They said, screw you, we're coming down anyways. That's a reversal you just got to have. You know what? I suck. I should have had that one.
Whoa. Yeah. Neil, aggressive there. Yeah.
Pissed off, Sean.
Yeah, I know. BAC still a buy imbalance. We'll wait to see here. 21.79, down 15%.
Wow.
Yikes for BAC bids, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is the story here. We're going to zoom out. We're basically closing on this afternoon low in the market. Tiny little bounce to avoid it in the last 15 seconds or so. So unbelievable action for this Monday. Wow, mayhem on a Monday morning. Sean dressed all black, and it looks like we're going to close with that being very true. Just a few seconds here. We will close close to that afternoon low on the NQ. 79.30. I just saw a tick away there. So fresh lows. Unbelievable action. What a day, Sean. What a day.
Woo.
Woo.
My wife, get the booze ready. No, just joking around. That was a great
still
day.
Fall.
That's what I was just going to show. Look at this, guys.
We're still falling. We're still falling.
At its low right there. So some of those imbalances obviously printing things lower, creating this. What a great show. Wow. We are now chilling out and ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. Where did BAC?
You're going to want to tune in.
BAC.
You are going to want to tune in at 9 a.m. tomorrow, YouTube Live. We will be right back here for you. We'll see if we're still above 7,900 when that happens, Sean. But as always, for the entire team here, Valeria doing a fantastic job, our chat maestro, Brendan giving us all the hitting news and our live interviews, and as always, for myself, Neil Robertson, Sean
tomorrow,
Katina,
9 a.m.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is TraderTV.live. We will see you tomorrow.
See ya.